Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with Nexon of the Vast Nexus, and we're here for another Ark highlight. This time, the Northwest Cave. I have visited this cave in the past, but I did not penetrate very deeply into it. It is hazardous for some very particular reasons that I'm going to cover as I go through it. Now, once again, this is well away from my beach base, so I've taken the liberty of moving to an easily recognizable landmark nearby the cave itself, that being the blue obelisk, seen behind me. Well, I should say seen above me. Now, one word of warning when attempting this cave: do not bring your A-tier equipment. One of the major hazards that this cave presents is instant kill death pits that deal 5,000 points of damage instantaneously. And they function on the principle of a kill wall as opposed to an actual surface. So even if you don't fall all the way down to the spikes that are modeled at the base of the pit, you can still end up getting killed. If that happens, your only choice for getting your loot back, because you don't want to rappel into the pit, is to grapple your own corpse and haul it up. If your body is eaten by a creature within the pit, that ceases to be a possibility and your loot is gone forever. Your loot can also be lost forever if it clips through the world, which is apparently a problem that this particular pit has quite frequently. So you can actually see the path into the cave coming up. I'm just going to divert for a second to grab this supply drop. Oh, there's a Carno down there. And direwolves. Actually, Earl Grey needs some food. Get out of here with that bleed damage. There we go. Now I'm going to verify that there's nothing near the cave entrance. That would appear to be the case, and I'm going to take an additional measure of protection by seating Earl Grey a little bit off the main ground. Probably going to take a bit of fall damage here. Yep. That is a deafening blizzard on my end. So, first thing, because it is blisteringly cold inside this cave, we're going to eat some Freya curry. So another problem with this cave: it is too small to fit any tames. In fact, I have to crouch just to fit inside of it. Now, I have a little map open here, which should illustrate the optimum path. I'm also going to use bug spray, but I've learned the hard way in this cave: if you see enemies, eliminate them. The bug spray just helps to allow me to pick my battles. I don't have to deal with creatures aggroing on me immediately. It also gives me time to collect some obsidian. Although I have to watch my weight loading. Mobility may mean life. So, according to my map, my first turn should be the first corner on the right. But after that, things get a little squirrely. So, for instance, that down there is an instant death pit. And that is a hell of a lot of Araneo. fact, I think since we're on a nice flat piece of terrain, we're going to try to bait some of them out. Is a little deafening. That's better. Okay, so ideally I would like to find a path that will lead me to the artifact. There usually isn't this much strange mist. Oh, that's the bug spray. Or at least the mist in my eyes is the bug spray. Yeah, no, we're not going to try that, because that's right over the instant death pit. Not even lead to the artifact? It looks like it doesn't. Well, I think I know what's causing all this gaseous effect. There's a blizzard going on outside, and I think some of the weather phenomenon have made their way inside the cave, which is a problem. So if I can't see where I'm going, now, inventory. I'm gonna let the Mega Rabies subside because that's actively draining my health. As Mega Rabies will drain 300 of the player's health over time. Luckily, I can tank it because I have 500. But I have to try to avoid having that happen again, because this is going to get me low. Okay, so I'm going to give this Neo a poke. Try to... There's probably more than one. Should have brought some medical brews. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, the inability to bring a mountain here really highlights how exposed you rapidly become. Ah. We actually found the artifact room. That thing is spazzing out. Let's, end that. So, unfortunately, the artifact is not here this time around. But we found the artifact room, and I'm a little surprised at that, because I got turned around on the way here. I have no idea which way I came to get here, but we got here without crossing a single jump path. Not having this mist around would probably be helpful. Now, unfortunately, you don't get to see me collect the artifact with the cool effect. I am sorry about that. I'd expect it to have respawned by now, but apparently there's a glitch where it won't. Something about running a dedicated session will fix that or not. If I end up coming back into this cave, and the artifact is here, I'll roll some footage in on this video of the artifact where it is. Well, hello everybody. Unfortunately, despite going back to this cave twice, the artifact was nowhere to be found. And after rummaging through a few more forums, I discovered that there's a problem with artifacts beyond this one not spawning in single player. Now, I have set torches to illuminate the safe path. These obviously won't be there unless you have plundered the cave yourself, and I'm going to be making 2 runs using 2 different paths. This first run is a path that does not require any jumps, and the second run will be using the shortest path, but it will require the use of at least 1 grappler, preferably 2, and I actually needed 3, and I'll cover that when I get there. But yes, if you're running in single player, or if you're running a non-dedicated server and you're having difficulty with the spawn of this particular artifact, close to the end of this sort of B-roll footage, I will have a snippet which will show you the spawn code for the chest containing the artifact. You could, of course, just spawn the artifact yourself. But of course, if you're going that far, there's not even any point in doing the cave. Now, the first time I came in here, the artifact was where it was supposed to be, which is how I knew where to put that one. But it has not spawned since, and I've seen things with wildly inconsistent statements in terms of when the artifacts actually respawn. Some people have waited hours in the cave, out of the cave, it doesn't happen. I got tired of waiting for this to figure itself out. It's kind of a game-breaking glitch. So I just spawned in there myself to show you where it would normally be and how to get it. So, there's a maze-solving algorithm you can use to help find the safe path, or you can just take it very cautiously. This video can be used as reference, however, into which path to take for the safe route. Now in a second, we're going to cut into the second run. This is the shortest path, and like I said, it will require at least 1 grappling hook. Now, there are no creatures in the cave because they haven't respawned either, really, which... bit broken. So, we have this very tenuous land bridge here. Watch your step. The one point I want to make here, don't just fire the grapple and sort of step off. Jump as you reel in the grapple. So you'll see here I'm about to leap and just zip myself right in. Here we are in the artifact room again. Now, it is theoretically possible to make the jump back. You're starting from higher ground. I do not recommend that. Use the grapple. And I kind of grappled a bit short, so I'm still over the death pit. This got me nervous. and I end up having to do a quick grapple to save myself. When you disengage your grapple manually, it is instantly ready to fire second, and you'll see me use that right there to get myself across safely. And then it's just a quick hop and a skip straight back. Now, another reason I'd suggest avoiding the pit route. There will be creatures that complicate your attempts to get there. It's not going to be as simple as I show here. And here is the spawn code for the artifact. And back to the footage as usual. Hey! So, that was the Northwest Cave. Hopefully, I'll have some B-roll footage I can roll in of the actual artifact in the artifact chamber. But yeah, it is entirely possible to get through that without using grappling hooks. If you do decide to use grappling hooks, I'd recommend grappling at the site you intend to reach, like directly above it, and then jumping as you reel in your grapple, because if you just try to Indiana Jones that thing and swing your way across, you're more likely to fall in the pit. Well, thank you all so much for watching. This was a quick one, but a difficult one. That Mega Rabies was not cool, and it's one of many hazards. It's actually the lesser hazard that you have to deal with in that particular cave. At time of recording, I don't know if I've gone back in later to get B-roll for the artifact, so if I haven't, because I couldn't find it because it's bugged out and, you know, what have you, I'm sorry about that. If I have, I'm sorry that you had to listen to me apologizing for not doing it, because I'm probably not going to cut this part out. The subsequent caves from here on in are going to get substantially more difficult. If there's a long gap between the release of this video and subsequent cave videos, that is probably why. I need more prep time and rehearsal to get the caves without lots of needless dying, losing all of my equipment, etc., etc. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. Let's see if I can get a nice finishing shot. Yeah, that works. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy out there in these uncertain times, and as always, fare thee well.